This is the smallest bunch of chokecherry bushes I have ever seen. The tallest one is probably my height. And of course they're not ready. But these, let's see, let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4 bushes, 5 bushes that are actually bearing chokecherries are always loaded. Now, while I am still here, Gathering Basket Homestead, I got thinking the other day. That's some pitch. Where's that coming from? Oh yeah. Right there. But anyway, let's go over here if I don't fall. Gathering Basket Homestead. I thought of this the other day, and while I'm right here, there's a big old pine. There's a really nice, straight popple here. And after your, I keep wanting to call it fiber. After your retting of your, holy crap, the stinging nettle, I got to thinking while I was watching that, why wouldn't popple bark work? The inner bark of the popple, because that is quite stringy, and that is quite, of course I can't take it off. It's quite stringy, and it's quite rugged. Of course, I don't know if you'd get the bark, if it can be used. I don't see why it wouldn't, but if you would have to get it fresh, this has been down for like 3 or 4, 5 years. But fresh popple bark, why couldn't you put that into, and you would know more than I do, but when I was watching your video, I'm like, well, popple bark does that. The inner bark of the popple does that. And I never thought about it again until right now, actually, when I stopped and this popple was in the background of the chokecherries. So I don't know. Whoops, there's ants in that one. But there's all kinds of real strong fiber in popple. And probably a person could take quite a long strip of that, or maybe even a fresh popple if that's better. I really don't know. Or maybe a popple you can't even do anything with the inner bark of popple. But I was thinking that the stringy stuff that you was taking off the stinging nettle reminded me a lot of popple. So I don't know. It's to me it's a good question, but probably for those who do that sort of thing, probably it's one of the silliest questions out there. But here's the bark, part of the bark, and you can see it's coming right off in nice wide fibers, I guess. Let me see if I can't separate one. This is just one, or maybe it's 2. I don't know. I just broke it all to hell. But there's, how many strands are there? Let me see if I can't find out. There's, oh yeah, there's 1, 2, there's 4 right there. And that's, I'm trying to pull it apart, and it just did it right there. But it's also part rotten too, the bark. It's been, like I said, it's been sitting there. But fresh popple bark, that's my question. Fresh popple bark. But here's that bark, the inner bark, that is all dried. And as you can see, there's a lot of sections in there. There's a lot of sections in there. When you think there's only one, you can pull it apart even more. Let's just take this. But look, there's one. Let me sit down. Let me sit down and get some ticks on me. But there's one. There's several here. There's two right there. There's two together. Here comes another layer. There's three. Pretty strong. There's four. There's five. And they rip easy, lengthwise. Now they are pretty stiff. Let's see, what was that? It was 5. 6. Boy, wish I'd have brought my glasses with me. But I'm not going to sit here and peel all that. But can you see how many layers are there? There's easily twice as many as I just peeled. Now, look how stringy that is. Look how many layers. If I can get that to focus. Look how many layers there are right there. And that's coming out of the bark. A lot of layers. They're pretty tough. If it's any good, if you can use Popple. But it looks like the strands can be pretty wide. And they can be stripped to thinner. See that? And that's tough. That's really tough. I can't even break it. So, I don't know. Curiosity got the best of me. But can you see that? I don't know. I'm just curious. I'm just really, really curious. Really curious.